How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And as always here at 2A News Now, you get your Second Amendment news straightforward and to the point with no BS added in. Since 1934, there has been the National Firearms Act. So if you want to buy a suppressor, or you want to turn your AR-15 pistol into what they call a short barrel rifle, you have to apply for a permission slip to do so from our government and pay a $200 fee. And it used to be it took 8 months to over a year to get your approval. And what do you get for that $200? A little tax stamp. And that's your approval from the government. But now we have some wonderful Republicans in Congress who want to put a stop to that. So Republican Representative Ashley Hinson, and she's from the state of Iowa, and Senator Tom Cotton, who's a Republican from Arkansas. And also joining Representative Hinson are 28 of her colleagues from the House of Representatives, as well as 12 colleagues from the Senate supporting Senator Cotton. Then they have reintroduced a bill called Repealing Illegal Freedom and Liberty Excises Act. They also call it the Rifle Act. And there are two companion bills, S-1224 and H.R. 552. And that bill would remove the $200 tax that is imposed on law-abiding gun owners when they purchase certain firearms and accessories that happen to be part of the National Firearms Act. And according to the ATF, the reason they have this tax on these certain items is actually to curtail or prohibit transactions of these lawful items. But this legislation will remove that tax. And here's what Representative Ashley Hinson had to say about this bill that she's co-sponsoring. The Second Amendment is a constitutional right that is not to be infringed. Law-abiding gun owners should not be forced to pay an unconstitutional firearm tax. This bill would remove unnecessary financial barriers on lawful gun owners from the antiquated 1934 National Firearms Act and would protect the Second Amendment rights of Iowans and Americans. And here's what Senator Tom Cotton had to say about the bill. Law-abiding Americans who exercise their Second Amendment rights should not be subject to unnecessary taxes and restrictions, preventing them from doing so. Passed into law in 1934, the National Firearms Act needs to be amended. Our legislation will remove the red tape that places an undue financial burden on would-be gun owners. The $200 punitive tax has only ever served as a financial barrier for law-abiding Americans to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Pardon the pun, but this bill is right on target. There is no reason that somebody should have to pay $200 to the federal government to buy a suppressor, and to get a good suppressor, you then have to spend anywhere between $800 to thousands of dollars, or send $200 to the federal government to take your AR-15 pistol and put a foregrip on it, or put an adjusting stock on it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm sure you would still have to fill out all the paperwork and send in fingerprints and passport photos. And like the senator said, it's time for it to be amended so it doesn't put a financial burden on someone that wants to protect their hearing, that wants to be able to make it more comfortable for them to shoot a smaller firearm and be more accurate with it, and not use it for criminal things, to use it to be able to protect themselves, their family, and their property. Let me know your thoughts about today's video in the comment section down below. And also, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. Every time I post a video, you guys are always crushing it by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and hitting those post notifications. And I'm so very grateful that you do so. And it also helps the channel out and helps it continue to grow. And I invite all of you to come back and watch my next video.